Unmute. I'm going to just throw a little preface in here.
Spent countless hours of time in the pool, countless hours in here, making my body stronger, and it's been kind of like a mental thing too, just telling myself like, you're fast enough to be able to compete with those girls that are at other Division I schools that I'll be competing against next year. It was like a big decision of like where I was going to go to school, and Valpo was a great experience on my first initial visit. And then once I met some of the teammates at an invitational that I went and watched, they were also just super inviting. The ability to be able to further my swim career and the equipment that I'm able to use at Valpo, I think can help me make really big strides. 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with a third-degree heart block. They had to put a pacemaker in my chest, and so once I had that surgery done and everything, I started PSM and getting my shoulder mobility and my shoulder strength back, and now that I have that, making it even stronger than it was before, and really spend the time that I need to be able to compete at the level that I want to compete at. I've been in the pool since I was 6 years old. It's not an easy sport to just pick up and start doing, but if you have the dedication to do it, you can do it just fine.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than Summit City Sports.
I moved down here when I was younger. I went to the gym with my brother and my dad. It felt kind of natural. I just had a love for it. I feel like it got serious when I went from probably my 8th grade year to my freshman year. I knew Purdue was home for me because I just felt very comfortable when I got onto the campus and got around all the people and the team. They love me, I love them. And I'm just super excited to play with that group of girls and that group of coaches. Now I'm in here working out and it's helping me get stronger, so I know that's going to help building my muscle, being able to power through defenders, get in the lane, be more confident, finishing at the basket through contacts. When you know you're in here putting the work in, it makes it easier for you to go on the court.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in Indiana basketball fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live. MVP basketball middle school March Madness, put on, of course, by Mitch Sturm and MVP basketball, partnering with Joe Jordan, the club president and CEO here at the Boys and Girls Club. Joel Ray, as always, on the camera. I'm Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Zach Welklin will be joining us as some color commentary, as always. But up first, as we like to do, start off the broadcast with some interviews. And we got the head man here at Miami, and Marcus Hassel. Coach, thanks for giving up some time here for us.
Anytime.
To start, you got a dynamic squad, one of the best teams in the city, hands down. Some of the best talent in Cameron Rue and Landon Woodson. The list goes on and on and on with Miami. For the people out there, tell them how your season went, your regular season.
Oh, yeah, our regular season went real well. We won every game until the tournament. And unfortunately, the last game we came up short. But the whole year, man, these guys were gelling together, working together, staying after school, Instagram, and it's beautiful to see young men stay together and try to accomplish a goal. So what March Madness does gives us a second chance to see the best talent in the city, man, and come out here and play some basketball, which we all love,
Right, there's no doubt about it. We wouldn't be here if we weren't. So a big matchup here tonight against Norwell, one of the smaller Norwell 8th grade teams that I've seen. Finally, a Norwell team that doesn't have a last name of McBride on the squad.
Man, I was looking. That's what I was looking for.
Everybody, when they pick it up, that's the first thing they're looking at.
Much respect to the McBride family of Norwell, man. I'm talking about, don't quote me on this, but maybe, 6-7 years strong, man, because he had boys in there that,
There's two there right now. One
that could
graduated
go,
and
man.
a freshman.
Yeah.
So looking at your club, talk about, Cameron Rue, the outstanding point guard that you guys have. We talked to him when you guys played Harding in that big win against Harding in the best of the best matchups.
Tough game.
Talk about his game, Cameron Rue, and what he brings to the table on the basketball floor.
Oh, man, Cameron Rue brings tenacity. He brings leadership and a lot of knowledge. You know, kids, if let's say, for instance, if we're doing a pick and roll, he already knows to give the ball up or he's going to take the shot, man. Very smart, intelligent player, man. And I don't have a problem with him being on the floor and calling the plays. Definitely.
The quarterback type on the court. And then one of the best seventh graders I've seen, Landon Woodson. He's just a high IQ.
Yeah.
He's very underrated passing the ball.
Right.
He really plays under control at all times. What has he brought to this Miami team in the undefeated regular season?
Well, that Woodson, he's brought, I would say, the old school feel.
Yes.
We got the red, white, and blue balls out here. I mean, even
I like that.
Even practicing with him, you know, like he'd give me a move, a pump fake. You know, a lot of these young guys now don't know about the pump fake and the pivot.
Yes.
But Woodson, oh yeah, man, definitely, man. Woodson's got an old school game. Yeah, man, love it, man. He gonna get to his spot. And he's gonna knock it down, man.
Yeah. So looking at this, Norwell, let's talk about this last question for you. I mean, this tournament is outstanding. You mentioned it; it's the best of the best here in this middle school March Madness. You've been a part of MVP basketball in different varieties as well. When your kids get to come to a thing like this, you know, is it more about, hey, we don't want our season to end, we want to be together as a group as long as we want, or is it more about we want to prove we're the best, or is it a combination?
That was a good question. I would say it's a combination. But I would say that it's a combination because you mentioned Zach Welkin. I mean, like, me and him communicate a lot. A lot of our kids come from there to come to Miami. So I'm knowing who can shoot, who can dribble, who can do what. But it's just like, he instills in them when they come to me, man, they're looking for MVP. So now we've started a little elementary thing. We'll be calling you out, man. We'll get these elementary guys in here, you know, definitely.
Well, I appreciate it, Marcus. Good luck tonight. Good luck with the rest of the tournament, and keep up doing great things at Miami.
Thank you again, Surfer. Yes, sir.
That's Marcus Hassel, the head coach at Miami Middle School. And now we got Norwell, and introduce yourself here to us all.
All right. I am Dylan Miller. I am actually the varsity assistant for the boys team.
Okay. Now, how long have you been coaching there?
I've been coaching a couple years. This is my second year being the varsity assistant. I was at Woodland for 1 year JV, and then I was actually at Adams Central before that, coaching a few years of middle school. So I'm building myself up.
Nice. That's what you want to do, is have a program of your own down the road?
Of course, yep.
Where'd you go to? Are you from Fort Wayne or from the surrounding area?
So I graduated from Adams Central in 2019.
Got Flying Jet here with us.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Flying Jet.
That's awesome. And their youth program has really taken off as well. Everybody knows about their football program, but they do a great job as well. But you're at Norwell there in Ossian. Talk about this team. Who's the go-to players here for you guys throughout the season? Let's start with this. What was the overall record of you guys this year in the regular season?
So overall record, I'm not 100% sure. I believe they lost about 4 games throughout the year.
Okay.
And, I mean, we try to get them a bigger, tougher schedule. So, I mean, they play like Maple Creek. They play all those Homestead teams that lead into Homestead.
Summit,
Woodside. Yep, those schools. And so I think they kind of struggled against them, but it helps them out in the long run. It helps them to compete a little bit more in the NE8 and gets them ready for kind of the future when they get up to high school and they got to play Homestead where they're all combined. They got to play Carroll where they're all combined. So I think it helps them out a lot in the long run to figure out what they need to do, figure out how they need to compete against these tougher, bigger schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no question about it. When you're talking, some of these with 3,000, 3,500 students, it's a little bit bigger than a Norwell. They're in Ossian. Well, coming off a girls 3A state champion under head coach Thornton. Is Maddox Thornton?
Yes, he is.
That's the son of Eric?
Yep, that is Maddox Thornton. He's actually in the stands right there. About that white pole there. He's about a few over.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, so congratulations to him and the girls.
Huge.
big win for them.
This was a rebuilding year for the Norwell's girls
It was.
program,
It
right?
was. It was.
It's amazing.
Yes, it was.
But looking at this club, great record that you guys had playing all the tough competition in Fort Wayne and the surrounding area. Who's the go-to players here offensively that you guys really lean on throughout the year?
Yeah, so I think number 5, Titus Jacobs, he does a really good job of driving, getting to the rim. I mean, he's a lot better driver than he is shooter, so we'll see what he can do tonight. We'll see if he can get her figured out. But glad that he's on there. Another one is probably number 1, Landon Clark. He's kind of the point guard, kind of one of their main. He's kind of the leader out there. He leads the offense, kind of gets things rolling a little bit when there's a struggle. So we'll lean on him a little bit to control the basketball and get things rolling there with that. I'd probably say we got a few shooters. Number 3, Benji Lukens. He'll come off the bench for us, but he's a really good shooter, so watch him. A lot of good. He's a good pull-up shooter. He's a good spot shooter, so we'll try to get him the ball a little bit more, but he'll have to move and create his own shots a little bit as well.
Sure.
So he'll come off the bench for us. And then we'll have probably Griffin Bailey there, number 11. I don't know if you remember Leighton or Cohen Bailey from the last few years.
Yes.
That's their younger brother.
A lot of legacies out there at Norwell.
Yes, he's a little bit more lengthier, and he'll look to get to the rim a little bit more. He'll shoot the ball well. Overall, the 3 that I listed, as well as Lukens, I mean, they shoot the ball well. They get to the rim hard. I mean, overall, this is a solid team.
Yeah.
They got parts and pieces. 21, Miles Daughtry there. He'll be the one inside that kind of gets the rebounds, gets the leftovers, and we'll try to drive, look for him down low as well. So I mean, overall, this is a good compact team.
Yeah.
They'll help each other out along the way. Defensively, I think they'll do a really good job of closing gaps. They'll do a really good job of boxing out, rebounding. So,
what would you say the strength of this group is?
I'd probably say they're 3-point shooting. They do a really good job of shooting the basketball. And from the beginning of the year to the end of the year this year, we kind of washed them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought their defense really improved as well.
That's
they
awesome.
really their defense they were okay at the beginning of the year, and then you could tell the championship game or in the tournament of the NE8, you could tell that they worked on their defense throughout the year, and they matured a little bit, and they understood what they needed to do on the defensive end. So, I mean, I think overall, offense, defense, I think the defense that they have is going to lead to their offense, and in the long run, it'll be effective.
So what's it like learning under the tutelage of Coach McBride there at Norwell? He's one of the best individuals that I've come across. Really runs things above bar. Doesn't do anything that, I don't want to say shady or anything like that, but he does everything correct, and he's built quite a youth program.
Yes, he has.
How important do you think that is with the success that he's had at the varsity level?
Yeah, so I think, when he started, he had the Will Geiger. He had some solid groups in there, but he's really been developing that program, and the main thing is discipline. He likes to be disciplined on his kids, and with plays, he likes to run plays, and he likes to be focused. He likes kids to be focused during those times and not messing around. Because, if they make one mistake, he'll go back and redo that. Yeah. He'll make them run it 10 times if need be. And I think, just the fundamentals. Just got to know the fundamentals. Yeah. Like in practice, there's times that we just do a lot of little fundamental things that you would never think of.
Right.
Just the little basic things, just the complex things that the kids need to understand and need to know.
Sure.
And as a varsity assistant watching, you see those little things develop throughout the game in the varsity contests and even the JV.
Yeah.
So I think he's developed a wonderful program. And, over the years, he's had some really solid kids. He's had that where his son Luke McBride, that group did a really good job, and again the Will Geiger group.
Yep.
So he's just developed a lot of really good players, and I think the main thing is developing them into young men as well. Yeah. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
As all coaches, we got to be able to develop them not just as basketball players, but develop them as young men.
Yeah.
So I think he's done a
very few percentage are actually playing at the next level.
Yes, I think he's done a really good job of that. In practice, he always says that a lot of stuff we do in practice you can use in real life, and you're going to have to use all that stuff that you develop in real life. So, basketball, yes, but then you have the life situation there and developing them into
making men.
Into good grown men.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome to hear. Well, it sounds like his personality matches his hairstyle with
Yep.
being down and gritty into the basics.
Oh yeah, you know it. You
that's
know it.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Dylan, taking a couple of minutes to talk to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Good luck tonight. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, perfect. Hey, thanks much.
And good luck in your career.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome. Hope to see you soon.
Yep, you too.
Right. That's Dylan Miller, assistant coach for Norwell varsity. And Zach's going to jump in here. And
is he doing players or no?
I don't know. Good.
Do you want to bring a player up, or we're just going to go after the game and do it out here?
Just always going on the fly here. You got to always make sure that we're doing what Mitch needs us to do. But Zach Welklin joining us now. Two coaches that know exactly what their teams are about. Mark has been coaching Miami for quite some time. He loves the progression of the Maplewood kids that you keep throwing at him, which definitely has helped that program. Zach is the basketball coach and PE teacher at Maplewood. Talk about this Miami team. You know so many of these players, as I mentioned. You taught them. We know about Cameron Rue and Landon Woodson. What about some of the other kids that you know personally?
Well, to begin with, not speaking of Cameron and Landon, Cordell Derrick, number 5, he's an 8th grader with good length. He's a combo guard, and when he plays aggressive and when he really looks to attack downhill, he's got a pretty soft jumper. Sometimes he could play a little passive, but if he's playing aggressively and downhill, he's capable of giving you 20 points on a night.
Okay.
He's got to find his rhythm within his role on this team because obviously the alpha is Cameron. Landon deserves and demands a lot of touches, so sometimes he gets caught kind of just behind the scenes when he could be just as big of a factor. So when they get all 3 of those guys firing, it's scary. Braylon Smith is a 7th grader I had with a lot of length and a lot of potential. Same with Mylan Bennett. A really good defensive stopper for him is Davion Sewell. He's an 8th grader. I had him, and he had never played basketball before his 5th grade year, but he was a tremendous athlete and a good football player. And, again, I always believe that if you're a good athlete, you can always add the skills and the IQ. And so seeing him now even in a helpful role for Miami is awesome, and I'm just a small piece of that. But, I mean, if you would have seen him as a 5th grader, he knew nothing about basketball. So for him to even be on a runner-up team, that's playing a good role for a great team is awesome.
Yeah.
And that also goes to the development of both coaches at Miami, and Devin and Coach Marcus. So very athletic team in Miami. They get a lot of their momentum off defense, and when they're hitting shots, it's scary because they're definitely capable in transition. But from watching this Norwell team and knowing what we know about Norwell in the past, they're going to be very disciplined. And I don't want to say a system type of team, but just watching them in warm-ups, they can absolutely shoot the ball. Well, and they're going to swing it.
That's exactly what Dylan Miller, he's an assistant coach at the varsity level under Coach McBride at Norwell. He helps out the 8th grade program. He said that is the strength of theirs, is their shooting ability. He said throughout about midway through the season, he saw that the kids kind of clicked defensively, and that led to some better wins. But they played Summit and Woodside and Carroll and Maple Creek, so they
battle tested.
They are battle tested, and they're ready to take on this Miami team who was undefeated in the regular season and fell short. I believe it was against Memorial Park.
Yes,
correct?
They went undefeated in the MSAC, and then Memorial Park came back for some revenge and played amazing, looked really good, and beat them in a tough game.
Yeah, Memorial Park will be out here tomorrow night at 6:15 against Leo in game number 1 of the doubleheader tomorrow. This is game number 1 of the doubleheader tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The next game is going to be some must-see TV as well. It's Maple Creek. They go under MS Lightning because they cannot use the Maple Creek uniforms and name, and they'll take on Blackhawk Middle School, who always absolutely has some players that I have not seen yet this year, but continually, 2022 Player of the Year, and the 2020 won in 2020 Player of the Year in the MVP March Madness. Both were at Blackhawk Middle School and ended up going to Wayne High School with Chase Barnes and Javon Lewis. So Mitch Sturm right now is going over the rules, as we'll talk about as well. But the game officials tonight, Marvin Patterson, Ronnie Branch, and Neil Brown, the trio back together. Of course, I'm Tim Atkinson along with Zach Welkin, and Joel Ray is on the camera. Now Mitch Sturm, program founder and director of MVP Basketball.
Number 8, Mylan Bennett. Number 9, Braylon Smith. Number 10, Monteria Smith. Number 13, Dorian Parker. Number 14, Benjamin Briggs. Number 15, Yoel Jordan. Now for your starting lineup, number 11, Jacavian Monroe. Number 6, Davion Sewell. Number 5, Cordell Derrick. Number 1, Cameron Rue. And number 4, Landon Woodson.
That is the Miami Indians, led by head coach Marcus Hassel and Davin Wright.
Now for the
Norwell Knights.
Last one our March Madness tournament in 2019.
2019 champions.
Squad. First the Stunts. Number 11, Cruz Bollinger. Number 42, Reed Bolin. Number 15, Ben Captain. Number 21, Miles Doherty. Number 7, Hunter Kurtz. Number 40, Jason Lenwell. And number 3, Benji Lukens. Your starting lineup, also at number 11, Griffin Bailey. Number 1, Landon Clark. Number 5, Titus Jacob. Number 10, Maddox Thornton. And number 9, Cody Walterman. Norwell's coached by Dylan Miller and Jacob Collins.
That is the Norwell Knights, led by head coach Mike McBride and Dylan Miller. And we are set for game number 1 of our doubleheader here at the Boys and Girls Club. Special thanks to Boys and Girls Club President Joe Jordan for supporting the MVP basketball program and providing all these kids a great opportunity to showcase their skills on the court and help them grow as young adults off the court. So we're set. Miami in their blue with the baby blue, and Norwell in the whites. As we got her figured out. And we'll tip it, and I'll get through the rules here momentarily. Trying to do a little multitasking. That tip's going to go to Miami, and they will get the first look on the offensive side, and Woodson's going to go right to the cup. No good. Rebound put back is good. That is Jaquavion Monroe with the bucket.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for Miami with the clear size advantage tonight to capitalize on second chance points and really pound that in the paint.
That's what Norwell wants to do, is shoot the rock. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to the ABA basketball.
Oh, no question. Shooters shoot. I think they'll be fine. They look great in warm-ups. But, again, that's going to require Miami to be disciplined on closeouts and really chasing the ball, not just allowing shots to go up. He's going to be a huge piece right there. That's number 4, Landon Woodson. And every time he gets it, he's going to get a good look at the basket because he plays with such good body control. And that's another piece that I talked about being huge tonight.
And Derrick.
Cordell Derrick. He's just a tough matchup and a lanky guard. And obviously Cameron Rue is the man. So that's the guy they've been led behind all year. And that pressure is good, but they can't overplay and allow a disciplined Norwell team to get quick looks off the press. So it's going to take a few minutes for both teams to get settled in. But I like this matchup.
Yeah, I do as well. And Norwell, they're going to have to adjust to that press. You're not going to be able to have one guard just break that press maybe you have against some other teams. Too much athleticism and speed.
Again, right there, that's too easy of a look on a good shooting team. Cannot be casual on closeouts.
And now a second opportunity, which you don't want to do to a good shooting squad.
Absolutely.
Steps into it. 3 ball, that one short. How about another opportunity, but a steal? Cameron Rue. Going with the braids and the headband tonight, giving us a different look. I like it. as he takes it up and in. Got some cord entanglements issues going on here.
One thing, too, for Norwell, you can tell they're trying to navigate this defense. One thing they want to avoid is the lollipop passes, and exactly like that, telegraphing them, because they will jump those passing lanes fast.
And another basket by
10-point lead just like that. Miami flexing a little bit, Zach, to start this ball game, and it's been pretty much off of turnovers. I mean, that's easy transition buckets.
Yeah, and we talked about this yesterday. And again, maybe for me being distanced from this event, it happens every year. It seems like the biggest turnover is just passive, lazy passes.
Yeah,
like
the lollipop pass like you were just talking about.
Just, assuming that the defense isn't going to jump the passing lane for a deflection. I mean, those are correctable turnovers. Yeah. So maybe
unavoidable.
Yeah,
or avoidable.
They're definitely. And Norwell's a disciplined team that you don't normally see those type of turnovers from them. So I would assume they'll make those corrections. I could see Coach in the huddle talking about faking high and passing low. And part of that, too, is when they're overplaying in the passing lanes, you got to work a lot of backdoor action or a lot of slip screens because they're going to overplay. So I fully believe these coaches will make adjustments. But if I'm Miami, I'm going to continue to do what they're doing.
Yeah, why change it? It's going well thus far, ain't no doubt about that. As this is game one of our two-game night here tonight.
Well, if you're Miami, you're hoping this continues so your bench can get some well-needed reps.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they play the winner of. Actually, they play East Noble, who did defeat Blackhawk Christian last night, a really good Blackhawk Christian team. But East Noble, led by Coons, but what an outstanding second half he had. I think he dropped 20 in that second half at least.
That's a really good East Noble team,
yes.
And they could not be more opposite in terms of their style of play for Miami. So that would be a fun game to watch.
No question about it. And that would take place on Friday at 6:15. Second game of the night, would that be St. Charles and Harding. And you'll see one of the best big men around the area, Jayon Thomas, who is tremendous.
Big baby,
and plays like a grown man. Big old kid, and he can handle it, shoot it, and, of course, rebound it.
Good kick out. Cordell Derrick with the three again. Kid has so much potential, and if he can get his motor to stay on that level of a high RPM, he's going to be a special kid in high school.
Foul.
Miles Doherty.
Foul on number 6, and Davion Sewell. This will be 4 quarters, 7 minutes long each. 3-minute halftime. No alternating possession rule. There is no arrow in this building.
Nope. You better have hops.
You got to jump it, and that'll be on every possession and be at the beginning of every quarter. As another turnover. Rue hangs. Ooh, a little heavy. Woodson, what do you know? Offensive rebound, put back that one long. And right now, just dominating the glass is Miami. That's a travel.
One thing I'm seeing from Norwell is they're just trying to jump with Miami. Not only are they shorter, they're not going to out-jump Miami. Somebody's got to make contact and push them out.
Yeah, body up. And, of course, also after the 15th foul, or at the 15th foul, it'd be a 1-and-1. I knew I'd get that out eventually.
Yep.
Mitch Sturm always says you got to make your free throws to win it. And Rue, nice adjustment midair. And a heck of a start from Miami. 6 personal fouls will be it. And stepped out of bounds.
Stepped on the end
Did
line.
Norwell.
To the Indians, or ball to the Indians.
3:29.
I don't know if you've noticed as well, but just the composure of both teams, you can tell Norwell's playing to not make a mistake.
Right.
Whereas Miami's they're not playing passive, but they're just very under control, doing their thing.
Once again, just not boxing out.
No.
And did pull down that board, and then they're going to get a foul on Woodson.
And again, Woodson's a smart kid, but that's a foul you don't need. No.
Yeah, he's way too important to pick up some cheapies like that. So Norwell still looking for their first bucket. 15-zip to start. That's number 3, and Benji Lukens. Oh, and then a travel.
Traveling.
Just didn't get the ball out of his hand quick enough, and it'll go back to Norwell looking for their first bucket. Inbounding will be Maddox Thornton, the son of head coach on the girls' side there in Norwell, the 3A state champions, and Eric Thornton.
And it looks like we've got a whole new 5 coming in for Miami. So, again, this is a good chance for Norwell with a new group coming in, trying to get their rhythm to make a little run.
Yeah. That passing lane closed off immediately. Cameron Rue out, and another lay-in for Cameron Rue. 17-zip. Lukens. That's a better press break. Extra pass.
There you go. That's a good deflection right there. Good closeout.
Kurtz. Now Woodson. Look at him bring it up.
Oh, yeah. The big fella, he has no problem bringing that up in transition or in the half-court type of setting.
What a triple drive.
And if you notice, he's just one of those guys. He has no issues adjusting his body to the driving lane.
Right.
Fouls on number 5, Titus Jacob. Woodson to the line.
Foul on Jacob.
Substitutions for Miami.
As Woodson will be subbed in if on the make. Joel Jordan's getting ready to check in. Also in is number 10, Monterius Smith. Number 7.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk with his brother Monty Smith, the former Wayne General.
Substitution, Joel Jordan replaces Woodson.
So here comes Jordan, also in. And number 7, well, they have it listed as Jermaine Agu, but Coach Hassel thought he wasn't going to be here. So he must have got here.
That's a pleasant bonus.
Yes. Now he can go 5 for 5. Another steal. Oh. Looked like 3 Miami players just thought the other one was going to grab it.
Yep.
Good drive, the kick. Like to see him be just ready to shoot that ball. Thornton, a good look. Luckins, good ball fake. Another ball fake. 3 ball. Back rim, can't get it. Good Doherty.
And if you're one of these guys in the second 5 for Miami, this is a good chance for you to kind of earn a few extra minutes in the next game, proving yourself that you came in and you made a big difference.
There's no Braylon Smith. The kick. 3 ball. Halfway down, rimmed out.
Man, I tell you what, this MVP basketball is really cool, but it sure provides a bounce on the rims.
There is no doubt.
It better be no rim.
Thornton, high arcing 3.
Home run by Thornton.
And just like that, we talked about it. If you're part of that first group at Norwell, you know, you got a whole new 5 in for Miami. Take advantage of this.
Absolutely.
And try and get a little run. Hang around, and we saw what happens. East Noble didn't have that big of a deficit, but they just kept hanging around, and they came and capitalized at the end.
Kicks back out. Mylan Bennett. Nice little step through. Back rim, no good. And Lukens. That's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay at that end. Reed Bolin, number 42. And number 1, Landon Clark, check in. Landon Clark was talked about by assistant Dylan Miller. And one of the go-to guys scoring the rock off the dribble. And that's going to be a foul. Good take by Monterius Smith. And we will get a chance to get Monty Smith in at halftime to have a couple of words with him, ex-Wayne player.
Yeah, he used to do a ton of the MVP workouts and high school all-star events with Mitch. He was a regular, and he was one of those kids that very coachable. Anytime we had something to tell him, he was always willing to listen, but he showed up to everything, whether it was just optional or not. He always wanted to get better. Those are the type of kids we love making those relationships with.
That reverse is blocked, but they're going to get a foul on Norwell.
Once again, we want to thank Joe Jordan and the Boys and Girls Club for always being so generous in partnering with Mitch Sturman MVP basketball, and also Midwest America Professional Credit Union for their sponsorship to make all of this awesome stuff that happens here possible.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Big shout out Midwest American Federal Credit Union. And sent me the commercials over a little bit late, but we got them pulled up, Zach. I got them on.
Good.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
Absolutely. That one's no good. Missed them both. 19-3. Yeah, you would know that if I updated the last score. 16-point lead. 35 seconds left. In the corner. The swarming defense from the Indians. Knocked away on the back tap. Still loose. Lucan's got it, and they're going to get a foul. One away from the 1-and-1.
And Norwell truly is just in survival mode. They're not even really looking to score. They're just looking to avoid traps and looking to avoid that pressure.
Yep.
So if they can settle in here, let's see what kind of action they can get.
Thought about that pull-up jumper.
The length of Miami, too, is very underrated defensively. I mean, if you look at Norwell, they're not necessarily short, but they just don't have that length. And at this age, that can make a huge difference.
Yeah, we were talking about that last night with the length that East Noble had. I mean, it's just
tremendous length.
A little inbound on the end line. Let's see the head coach of Blackhawk Middle, Don Sarazin, over there. Leaning up against the wall.
Coach Sarazin's been around forever.
Oh, at the buzzer! Montarius Smith.
It's been that kind of night for Miami.
Drains the three to end the first quarter. We'll be right back at SummitCitySports.com.
Midwest isn't just part of our name. It's part of who we are. We take pride in our Midwestern roots. And at Midwest America, we work hard, like you, to provide personalized financial services to equip you for success. We're local, not for profit, and member owned. So we're accountable to you, not shareholders, and we invest in a community we call home. A credit union that puts care before cash? It's a Midwest thing.
The title. But yeah, he
How many of those girls returned?
all of them except one. This was the rebuild. They graduated 5 players last year.
That's right. And what is was his daughter a senior or is she back?
Who, Coach Thornton? I don't think she's on. I think he's got a 8th grader or
okay.
Or he's got a 6th grader. I know it's a younger daughter. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here at the Boys and Girls Club. Big shout out Midwest America Federal Credit Union.
Whoever's driving the black Escalade license plate number THN537, can you see please Coach Sarazin for a minute? He'll be over by the door. Yeah,
Coach Sarazin looking to make a car deal in the parking lot here at the Boys and Girls Club.
That's never fun. I'm going to guess there might be a door ding.
Could be. Some good honesty. So we'll tip it up because it's the start of another quarter. Second quarter is upon us. And they will jump it.
Oh, good patience there on the pump.
And couldn't get it to go. What a little bit of life right there, Zach.
Yeah, I like that Captain didn't panic and he drew the contact. Now he gets a chance at 2. Got to get those free ones.
6 seconds in. Norwell looking to cut into the deficit.
First shot is good.
And he does that exactly.
First is good.
Every point counts.
Blackhawk Middle School coming up next to take on Maple Creek. Maple Creek was the surrounding area city champ.
Yes, they were the MSAC champions.
Outstanding squad they are. They can go really deep into the bench as well. I've seen them play a couple of oh, man, come on, Landon Woodson.
Again, though, he just finished right through contact, didn't change his release. He's one of those guys that when he goes to finish, he's not expecting the foul call. He expects to finish, and if you call the foul, cool.
Yeah,
and
gravy.
One.
Yeah, absolutely. Little zone matchup here.
Yep.
Back up top.
Again, they're just trying to change it up, make Norwell not find that rhythm that they're desperately hoping to get.
Kick near side. Walderman. Back to Bollinger. Excuse me, that's Bailey. Griffin Bailey.
Got to be careful on those passes.
Griffin Bailey gets it back. They are just doing such a tremendous job defensively. Finally got a look in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Cordell Derrick. The leak out looking for Woodson. Nice knock away.
Stolen away by Bollinger. For Bailey.
Bailey. Landon Clark. Open three. And Norwell just can't get it going deep or around that three-point arc. And a lot of that has to do with the pressure that's speeding them up, even on their open shots, Zach.
Yeah, no, 100%. Miami is controlling the pace of this game.
March.
Or should I say they're controlling the pace of Norwell's offense. And there's no need to play panicky. There you go, good pass fake. It's not a bad look.
Yeah, just couldn't get it to go. Looking for the board. I think Monroe. Nope, it's going to be last touch by Norwell. And it'll go back now. Here come the Indians. 5-10. Cameron Brew is going to settle for that three. No good. Good heads-up play.
That shot for him is like a normal layup, so, right. I mean, you can live with that.
No hand in the face. It's going to take a – that's a good look there. Good pressure by Woodson to come out. They're going to get a loose ball foul on the floor, says Marvin Patterson. Three outstanding refs joining us here tonight.
Oh, yeah, and again, that's another part of this that, you know, these guys are awesome and dedicated to MVP, and so many times officials get complaints, but
not sometimes, all the time.
We appreciate them, and they're all great guys.
There's no doubt.
Shout out to the refs.
That one a little bit long. Rebounded by Bailey. He's a legacy Norwell family.
Lots of those in these smaller schools.
Yes, yes. Woodson with the steal off the deflection.
Oh, nice dime.
A lot of kids would have tried to do that on that first look. He was just toying with the defense. Back up top. Landon Clark. Wing three ball. There it is for Griffin Bailey.
And I wonder if he's related to Leighton Bailey.
He is.
Okay.
Yes. Coach Millard mentioned that.
No pressure to live up to.
No, none at all. Woodson, and he's going to get fouled. Good sportsmanship as well. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair 3:57 left in the second quarter. Got to remember, it's 7-minute quarters, not 8 like high school, so I can't say midway when it's at 4 minutes.
Fair enough.
It's just not good math right there, Zach.
When you work these events, numbers, time, it all just kind of jumbles.
There's no doubt. Had a little bit of a late one last night. Got out here about 9:30.
We will never start on the official tip-off. But that's all right. It's all in preparation and just love and extra interviews. We'll take it.
Absolutely.
But you can always count on a good 15 to 20-minute bonus window of start time.
Yeah, and make sure you stay tuned after the game. We will interview the MVP or whoever Mitch sends up to us. It's one of the fun things we like to do here is get some interviews in.
Yeah, and that's another thing, you know, we talk about Mitch and all the stuff he provides, but Mitch is trying to tap more into with MVP basketball some of the elementary aspect and younger kids, putting on showcases for teams, camps, training, different opportunities. And the more funding he gets, the more support he gets, the more he can provide. And that's all, again, through Boys and Girls Club, Midwest America, and just the overall support of our 260 community and Summit City Sports. Again,
absolutely.
How awesome is that these kids get to permanently have footage on YouTube. Hopefully it's good footage.
Right.
Just like that big-time shot. Number 3, Benji Lukens.
Lukens drains a three. Coach Miller said that he's one of their best shooters on the club. And comes off the bench as their sixth man. Now Woodson. Woodson shakes.
Oh, big fella with the low cross going right into the body.
Oh, my gosh, Zach. That's insane.
Yeah, you don't often see a guy with that type of size be that fluid and have that type of footwork and handle on the ball.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of a young Sidney Curry. Doesn't have the height yet of Curry, but he's only in 7th grade. And that one no good.
I just love his demeanor because he's not passive. He's not too laid back, but he's just chill.
Yeah, yeah.
He's never fazed.
It's not a roller coaster. Can't get the front end, or can't get either. Rebound by Norwell. Thornton. He'll go to Jacob. Titus Jacob. Back to Thornton. Now Jacob. Miami staying in that 2-3 zone. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Norwell trying to battle back into this ball game. Doing a better job in this second quarter. Seems like they've settled in a little bit more. Extra pass in the corner for the three. Couldn't get it, could Lenwell. Lukens put back on the jumper, no good, and Cameron Rue with the board.
I like that. He really skied for that rebound.
Over the timeline comes Rue.
If you're Norwell, it's only 16 points.
Yeah.
Maybe 18, 19. But, again, as a team that can shoot the three well, if you get a few stops and hit a few trays,
yeah.
Now they're calling a timeout and you're down 9. You just got to look at it in small chunks.
It's going to be 2 subs coming in for us, Mylan Bennett. And who was it? Yoel Jordan that just checked? Yep, Yoel Jordan as well for Miami. Lukens.
Benji with the board.
Looking to trap right at that timeline. Nice bounce pass. The kick out.
Good extra pass.
Lukens couldn't get that one to go. Cameron Rue, another rebound. Immediately looked up to see if somebody was leaking. Hesitation, floater. Come on.
Runner by Cameron Rue.
Wayne's getting some more talent next year, folks.
Man, talk about some soft touch.
Oh.
At all angles, too.
He is a special player
and
here
if you're
in the city of
Norwell
Fort Wayne.
You cannot allow that ball to just be swiped out so easily. But, again, he wasn't even aware of where the defender was. But it's probably because of the chaos of their defense. He's thinking about a million things. Protect the ball first.
Good kick out to Cameron Rue. Yes,
Again,
sir.
That shot
to Rue for 3.
That shot for him is like a layup.
I mean, so fluid.
Smith to Rue.
There's going to be a timeout called by Norwell. We're going to step away real quick. SummitCitySports.com.
Midwest isn't just part of our name. It's part of who we are. We take pride in our Midwestern roots. And at Midwest America, we work hard, like you, to provide personalized financial services to equip you for success. We're local, not for profit, and member owned. So we're accountable to you, not shareholders. And we invest in the community we call home. A credit union that puts care before cash? It's a Midwest thing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As Mitch is taking us back to the Roller Dome days at Marion. Absolutely love it.
And your starting lineup for the Flint Tropics. Vakitis.
No, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. Do it again. Do it again.
Tonight is corn dog night. Your Flint Tropics can have 400 fans. Jackie Moon will personally.
Jackie Moon.
Good Lord. Again, though, this is like the ball and the music. It's that signature midterm MVP, and we love it.
That's no doubt.
The young kids may have no clue, but I guarantee you if they hear this being played on a random radio station, if they even know what a radio is,
right,
they'll immediately think of MVP.
No, there's no doubt about that. Saw a little bouncing with some of the crowd out there.
Oh, yeah. Getting some of those rusty bones out there to get a little loose, thinking back to the glory days.
Absolutely. So Norwell, a nice run by Miami, and Norwell trying to answer, down by 23, 1:14 left to go in this second quarter. Winner of this game will take on East Noble in the first game of the doubleheader on Friday.
Long game, but if Miami were to pull through and continue to play as if they are, that's going to be a fun matchup, folks. Make sure you tune in or show up, because not only are you supporting the future of our city, you're going to have some fun entertainment.
Yeah, there's no question about that. It is.
Well, and Noble County, I guess. Greater Fort Wayne.
I mean, it's all considered.
Yeah.
Everything's shrinking.
Oh, yeah.
Look here. Jacob. Keeps the handle alive. Looks for help. Found it in Kurtz. Extra pass. Thornton couldn't get it.
It's just been one of those nights. They haven't been able to find their rhythm. They've had some good looks, but you've got to be able to finish. Oh, good football. Tuck with the finish off the window.
Montarius Smith.
Man, showing off the touch. A little kiss.
That was beauty. A little raftery reference. Gotta love it.
Man, he's going to be retiring soon.
It's a shame.
Yeah. We're going to miss the basketball that we grew up knowing.
There's no question. Nickel dimer, all kinds of phrases that he uses.
Onions.
Yeah, the man-to-man.
How does he say it like that? He says onions in such a unique way.
I think it's a New Jersey thing.
I didn't even know that's what he said till last year.
Are you serious?
I just thought he was having like a schizophrenic moment. He's just saying onions.
Like a Tourette's moment?
Yeah, but I mean, it was smooth. It worked. And someone said, he's saying onions. Said, oh, wow.
Are you being serious?
It ruined it, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because think about it. Onions, it makes you cry, the teardrop.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Those Jersey cats are smooth, man.
Look at this. Zach Welkin and I learned a little something about it. We're going to take a short break. Summit City Sports.
Spent countless hours of time in the pool, countless hours in here, making my body stronger, and it's been kind of like a mental thing too, just telling myself like, you're fast enough to be able to compete with those girls that are at other Division I schools that I'll be competing against next year. It was like a big decision of like where I was going to go to school, and Valpo was a great experience on my first initial visit. And then once I met some of the teammates at an invitational that I went and watched, they were also just super inviting. The ability to be able to further my swim career and the equipment that I'm able to use at Valpo, I think can help me make really big strides. 18 months ago, I was diagnosed with a third-degree heart block. They had to put a pacemaker in my chest, and so once I had that surgery done and everything, I started at PSM and getting my shoulder mobility and my shoulder strength back, and now that I have that, making it even stronger than it was before and really spend the time that I need to be able to compete at the level that I want to compete at. I've been in the pool since I was 6 years old. It's not an easy sport to just pick up and start doing, but if you have the dedication to do it, you can do it just fine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime at our first game of the doubleheader. Miami right now absolutely playing wonderfully against Norwell. We're going to bring in Monty Smith, ex-player at Wayne High School. It's good to see you, Monty.
Good to see you too, sir.
Obviously we've called his name for 4 straight years at Wayne High School. You had a great run, back-to-back SAC champions, semi-state runs. When you look back at your time at Wayne High School, what sticks out to you the most?
The way that we would just win, and we were hungry. We were so hungry. Yeah. And I feel like Coach Brew took that responsibility very well.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He really meshed that from Coach Pick and moved that right on down the road, and he's done an outstanding job. What you been up to lately?
School, man. Just school, man. Sad that I took a little break from basketball, but I'm just living life.
You trying to get back into it? Or?
Of course. That will never stop.
I love that.
Never stop.
I love that. Monty Smith, one of the glue guys for those Wayne championship runs. You got a brother here on Miami.
Yes, sir.
Talk about your little brother.
Man, he got the same intensity that I had when I was young, man. I just love to see he's growing. To be honest, he's going to be way better than me.
Oh, I love that.
Way better than me, and I love to see that.
Well, and that doesn't surprise me, you saying that as well. You were always a team guy when you were at Wayne, and then to have that same, outlook on things with your brother and wanting your younger siblings to be better than what you are. That's really what life's all about.
Yep, yes, sir.
So, looking forward to what's your plans? What school are you at right now? What your plans are? What are you looking at in the future?
I'm at Kentucky State University.
Okay.
And I'm studying business with a minor in music production.
Okay.
So I'm just doing my little 1-2 with that one.
Yeah.
And my plan in the future is to hopefully open up like a rec center for the younger kids to come in and play basketball whenever they need to.
There's never enough outlets for our youth in the city of Fort Wayne and wherever, really, to give a place kind of like this, the Boys and Girls Club here.
Yes,
I know
lovely vibe.
You've spent a lot of time around Mitch Sturm and MVP basketball. You're pretty much a lifer
yes, sir.
with MVP basketball. What does Mitch and MVP basketball mean to Monty Smith?
It means everything to me. he came to me when I was very young, and he showed me like the in and outs of basketball. He also helped me with my mental state because I was really in a bad place at that time.
Okay.
But he helped me to get out of that, and I love and appreciate him for that.
Yeah, Mitch Sherm, one of a kind here. Well, Monty, I appreciate you joining us, coming up, giving us some love. And, us at the 260, we wish you nothing but the best. Whether it's basketball or your career, we know you're going to do great things, and keep it up.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
That's Monty Smith from Wayne High School. Outstanding individual. See you, Monty. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to bring Zach Welklin back in. Just a tremendous kid is Monty Smith. And, what stuck out to me, Zach, I know you were talking to Ronnie back there. He said, I want my brother to be better than me. And that speaks volumes to me when I hear something like that. And that just plays right into that same aspect of what we knew about Monty Smith at Wayne High School.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's a great competitor, a selfless kid, and watching him over the years, because I remember working with him and being around him from the time he was little, he really matured and grew over the years and obviously developed into a gentleman and great young man. But my goodness, there's two things I've seen from the younger brother perspective. They either get caught on the fun and the show of the older brother being good and kind of just hang out, and all of a sudden, oh crap, it's my turn, now the focus is on me, and it's kind of late. Or
it's too late.
Or the older brother pushes them, and it ultimately makes them tougher, and they end up being even better.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing that right now. And speaking of better, Cameron Rue, he's not going to like that. He just kind of misjudged where he was at on the floor. You don't see that very often from one of the best players in the city. As Woodson will pick up that deflection. Look at him, eyes up, feeling the defense.
Notice how
kick out.
He used his hip to shield the guy coming behind. I mean, that's just crafty.
Yep. That is stuff. And just lost the handle there.
That's stuff that the camera guy in front of us, Carson Jenkins, used to do.
Snyder, great.
I just tried to get his attention. He was all right.
He's all right, yeah. Could absolutely shoot the rock. One of the best shooters to come out of the city of Fort Wayne.
Oh, no question.
I think his senior year, he was over 43% from three.
Well, as someone, not all the time, but I would get some workouts in with him, especially in middle school. He was the type of kid he could meet you once, and he'd be like, hey, you want to work out?
Right.
I mean, that dude lived in the gym. And that's what it takes. And if you're a young guy watching or anyone that hoops,
Yeah,
the
girls
guys that
out
put
there
the
too.
most work. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to get canceled. Sorry. Absolutely. Ladies and gents and everyone included, the best players are the ones that put in the most work.
Yes.
Nice soft touch right there by Cordell. Again, I told you, he is a kid with so much potential.
Right. It's easy to get overlooked on a team like Miami when you have a Cameron Rue and a Woodson.
Yes.
But Dietrich, he just goes about his business and his business mentality. It's absolutely great to see. A lot of kids can complain, I'm not getting the ball enough or whatever the case may be. He just goes out and works.
No question.
Good inside out. That's what they need. Cameron set that up that whole time, and he'll lay it in.
Here's the thing, and this isn't meant to sound too harsh on Norwell, but at some point you can't keep making that same turnover on the same pass.
Right.
They're going to keep doing it. Right. So, again, I'd rather you get a jump ball from just holding it
or throw a three up.
Right. I mean, I'm being a little extreme, but got to make those adjustments.
Good defense by Rue. Better dribble. How about that? Titus Jacob really going to work. That was a nice dribble drive. And he'll go to the line.
Another issue I'm seeing with Norwell offensively is when the guy with the ball is either dribbling laterally in like a weave formation or somewhat attempting to get to the elbow. The other guys are just standing and watching. No one's popping out to create that separation. So if you're just standing there, you're giving the defender in the passing lane time to jump that. And so you got to have some type of movement, some V-cut, something.
Yeah, easy to double team or take away the passing lane if you're standing still.
Again, that was good. Good little crafty finish. But as a lot of my coaches used to always tell me on offense, if you're off the ball and you're just standing, you might as well just have a bag of popcorn in your hands. You're just spectating. Get involved, do something, some type of action. And another big three from Cordell Derrick. And, again, we talked about his soft touch, him and Rue. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons.
Cordell Derrick, number 5, drains that three ball. Thornton needs help, goes back up top to Bailey.
Yeah, Cordell, again, I had him at Maplewood, but last year he was down with some family members in Indianapolis, and he attended a Ben Davis High School middle school. So he ended up coming back. He was in 6th grade here, 7th grade in Indianapolis. And I'm sure playing against those type of guys, that's not hurting you, but now he's back. So good to see Cordell.
Great job playing off 2 feet right there. Nice patient finish. Thornton couldn't get it, got his own rebound, pulls it out. Bailey, another 3 look, couldn't get it. Rebound Woodson. Woodson's going to push. Long outlet to Cameron Rue. Checks the sideline. He's good. Woodson, no one stopped ball, and he's going to get an and one opportunity.
Again, just shifted, adjusted his body, got skinny, and relied on his touch. But if you watch guys like him when they finish, his eyes never left the target of the backboard. Again, half the time guys are looking at the ground before they even go up to finish.
Right, that whole thing, chin to rim.
Yeah, and it almost makes it a blind finish, but the potential for this kid is special.
There is no doubt.
Nails the free throw.
Landon Woodson hits it, converts the and one. Largest lead now, 35. And a nice strong take. Titus Jacob in this 3rd quarter here is flexing it a little bit and taking it in his own hands.
I think that play right there just shows you also his probably high potential in the sport of football. He just stood there and that kid bounced 8 feet. He literally pointed to his hip like, that's a foul on my hip. Sorry, buddy, when you're that big, it's going to look rough.
But I'm just standing there.
He literally just pointed to his hip. He said, I didn't move. That was,
what do you want me to do?
Hip.
Titus Jacob hits them both. Now Cameron Rue brings it up over the timeline.
But a guy like Landon's also slick enough. He knows how to make it look like he's not, there might have been some sort of motion going into the offensive player, but
yes,
the best ones sell it the best.
Ball on the baseline.
Looks like Cruz Bollinger is checked in for the Norwell Knights. It's actually a teammate of my son on his baseball squad.
Man, a lot of baseball guys.
Oh, yeah. Cruz is an outstanding pitcher.
Good pass there from Cordell Derrick.
Yes.
Woodson with the put back.
That was perfectly aligned.
We'll call that an assist.
I like how you did that, Zach.
Hey, it's all about the delivery.
But I do need to talk to Cruz and his parents. They're missing our first outdoor practice tonight, Zach.
No excuses. No excuses.
I mean, just to get some MVP run.
Of all nights, what a night.
Yeah, beautiful, ain't it? Where else would we rather be, though? Inside the Boys and Girls Club MVP basketball. Good take and the finish by Titus Jacob again. Man, he is really having a nice quarter.
Yeah, and folks, if you're in, take these last 2 minutes to really appreciate and watch these starters for Miami because they're probably not going to be in much of the 4th quarter.
Rue tried to fit that one in there.
That was deflected. It kind of looked like a weird angle.
Checking in is Clark and Lukens.
Again, though, this is a great opportunity if you're a guy coming off the bench for Miami. Not only get some reps, but show that you can move into that spot where you're in the main rotation.
Derrick couldn't get it. Good putback by Jaquavion Moore, or Monroe, excuse me.
Well, if I'm Norwell and I watch the tape of this game, which I don't care if you win, lose, whatever, it's good to watch tape, you're going to see they did not block out. They did not find a body. And as a team that's already undersized, you can't just be vertical off of the shots. And Miami's just getting so many second chance opportunities. And the other thing would be the passing lane.
Rue. And can't get it to go. Well, he will head to the line to shoot a pair, will Cameron Rue.
One compliment, though, towards Norwell and the coaching staff. I mean, even though nothing's gone their way, their body language has been great. They've been positive. You haven't seen one player yelling at each other. The coaches are coaching them up. Sometimes you just run into a team that's more talented.
And Miami, this isn't a Norwell problem. It's a pretty much anyone that plays Miami problem.
No, and if you know the Norwell program, they are always well coached, always disciplined. Normally, they're one of the teams where you're saying, man, this team is loaded. Yeah. And that 2019 team that won it all was special.
Special. There's no – I mean, just from top to bottom, that was one of the top rosters we've seen.
Oh, I'll never forget that group from like fourth on up was playing over at Spiece and Sport One and all the different leagues. I remember they got matched up in a tournament against Indy Heat as 8th graders.
Ooh.
And they only lost by like 6 points.
Wow. That's something special. Here's Bollinger. Back up top. They swing it. Nice flash by Kurtz. Lukens, 3. No. Rebounded by Monroe. Monroe outlets. Montarius Smith, who had that buzzer beater 3 at the end of the second. Bennett. Good bounce pass down low. Nice use of that long stride by Jordan. Couldn't finish, but that was the right play. Lukens. Bollinger. Lukens back to Cruz Bollinger. Up top, looking for Landon Clark. Good flash once again. You know, they're getting, moving the defense by flashing at that post. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, no,
and then you need somebody to run that
good.
short.
I was going to say, when you're on that high post, that short corner is normally open if you flash down. The problem is when you get it, the second they collapse, you're already – it's just that length. It's just a hard matchup. But he did the right thing of drawing the foul.
To the line is number 21, Miles Doherty. A legacy last name at Norwell.
Good-looking shot. Gets the shooter's roll.
Deadens on the back rim, falls in. Second attempt now for Doherty. 1:04 left in this third quarter. This is SummitCitySports.com. Thanks for joining us, MVP basketball.
Ooh, and Mylan Bennett nearly lost that.
Jordan left it.
Oh.
Just couldn't get it. Floater. Can't get the roll. Rebounded by Doherty. Finds Clark. Clark up top and couldn't connect with Kurtz.
Out of bounds to Miami.
We'll go out of bounds back to Norwell. 46.1 seconds left.
Yeah.
Once again, special thanks to Boys and Girls Club President Joe Jordan for supporting the MVP basketball program and providing all these kids great opportunities to showcase their skills on the court and help them grow as young adults off the court. 31 seconds left. That's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay at that end with the Indians. And looking to inbound is Sewell. Back up top. Back to Sewell. Excuse me, that's Bennett. And then we're going to get a jump ball. So we're going to go to the free throw line. 21.9 seconds remaining.
It's the battle of verticality.
That was a good one last night with Ward and Lynch.
He had 3 foot versus 6'3".
That was so good.
And how about Ward, man? The
Yeah,
littlest guy on the court with the most moxie.
His defense in that fourth quarter was outstanding. I gave him some love after the game walking out to the parking lot.
As you should have.
Oh, another one? How about it? Montarius Smith.
And Monty Smith is loving it, but, he's laughing. You can't show the brother too much credit.
No. 3 ball, Bollinger, and that one short. Can't get it to go. And goes out. And that will be the end of our third quarter. And we will take a short break. You'll hear from Midwest America Federal Credit Union.
Midwest isn't just part of our name, it's part of who we are. We take pride in our Midwestern roots. And at Midwest America, we work hard, like you, to provide personalized financial services to equip you for success. We're local, not for profit, and member owned. So we're accountable to you, not shareholders. And we invest in the community we call home. A credit union that puts care before cash? It's a Midwest thing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com from the Boys and Girls Club. I'm Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play along with Zach Welklin. Zach?
The MVP basketball program partners with the Boys and Girls Club of Fort Wayne to provide Fort Wayne's most unique and comprehensive basketball program. Midwest America Federal Credit Union is excited to partner with the Boys and Girls Club MVP basketball program. The opportunity to improve lives of their neighbors inspires every move they make. They invite everyone to download their Zogo app, which provides financial education and principles for all ages. Users can earn gift cards for completing financial lessons. For more information on Midwest America's Zogo program, visit their website at midwestamerica.org or stop by any of their 15 area branches. We want to give a special thanks to the Boys and Girls Club President Joe Jordan for supporting the MVP basketball program and providing all of these amazing kids a great opportunity to showcase their skills on the court and help them grow as young adults off the court, which obviously is the bigger picture and what we really appreciate about this whole event, because not only do we get to know them, we get to follow them along their careers and watch them grow into great young men and women.
No question about that. Well read, Zach Welklin. Yeah, I mean,
shout out to St. Jude Elementary,
just
Blue Ribbon School. My grade gave it a Blue Ribbon School. 2006, we had the banner on our church for about 10 years.
Really?
At some point, we're like, got to put it down.
How many were in your 8th grade class? You remember?
I was towards the end of when St. Jude was a decent size. We had about 65 kids in our grade.
Okay. I think they hover around 30, 35 now.
Yeah.
Bennett hits that 3.
They actually had us in 3 classes a grade. Back then, so it was, lower 20s. That way you get a little more instructional time.
Absolutely.
It's probably why my education was a little more special. Some of those big schools like St. Charles, that were our rivals, they'd have like 40 kids in a class.
Oh, it takes me like 7 times to read it that well.
No, good old days of the CYO.
No question. Monteria Smith comes near side to Mylan Bennett. Back to Smith. Can't get that one to go. Rebound. Comes down. Cody Walderman. Jacob. Good hands by Bennett. And the steal. Can't finish.
Good chase down there.
By Sewell. Back comes Norwell.
Rebound by Boland. Bailey on the move.
Bailey. Endline jumper, no good. Loose ball. Picked up by Sewell. Monroe. Yeah, good hands by Maddox Thornton. We'll go out of bounds, but it'll stay at that end. 5:46 left to go in this fourth quarter.
Again, this is the coach of me, but if you're Miami, even though you're up and this is still a good chance to work on what you do. You don't have, and again, another great shot by Smith.
Failing it.
But it does, just because you're up doesn't mean you just kind of play halfway and just kind of take dumb shots. Like, you can still work on your sets. You can still work on some different defensive looks and use this as an opportunity to get your bench better.
Another steal on a cross-court pass. And got it to go. Monteria Smith having one heck of a ball game.
He is.
He's got 3 threes.
Big brother is definitely proud on the bench.
He looked up at me and said, "He got that one from me."
Hey, I love it. Nothing like some sibling love.
Absolutely. Yeah, for the and-one conversion. And that one, no good. Thornton had it nice, Titus Jacob had it knocked away. Another steal by Miami. I mean, they got to have upwards of 15, 16 steals.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it has been outstanding, their defense. That's led to so many easy transition buckets.
Oh, I like the attack. Just took it north and south, finished soft off the glass. Gotta love it.
4:53.
Mylan Bennett with the tray.
Bennett makes it a 68-20 ball game with that open 3 ball. Bailey. Reed Bolin. Jacob, extra pass to Thornton. And that one a little bit long. Rebound comes down to Miami. Another leak out. This one, Bennett. Nice use of the body, but cannot get it to go. Yeah, he will go to the line to shoot a pair.
And if I'm Norwell, obviously knowing that they're attacking the passing lanes defensively, looking for deflections, you got to have a guy back. Because the first thing they're doing is looking for transition basket. Yeah. So if you're already struggling to make those entry passes, you can't let them, on top of turning it over with the pass, get a wide open layup in transition.
That one is good.
Good substitutions.
More substitutions here from Norwell.
Once again, though, the players from Norwell showing tremendous effort, great class, no bad body language. Again, they're competing. They're doing everything they need to do. They're just playing a team that's a tough matchup for them.
And that one's good as well. 50-point game, their largest. Miami has just been unstoppable in so many areas tonight. 4-13, they're going to get a foul on Miami. That's on Sewell. Check it, that was on Yoel Jordan. Lukens. Good dribble drive. Couldn't get it. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay at that end with Norwell. And substitutions.
With Woodson, Agoo,
for Miami. 4:05 left in this ball game.
Well, and this is the type of game, too, if this is the regular season, if you're Norwell, like, you'd hate to be the team to play them next because you know they're going to learn from it. They just played a team on a totally different speed level, so that helps. You know, iron sharpens iron. Sometimes when you get your clock clean, it gets you better. It makes you self-reflect, and obviously they got a lot of guys that are going to do great things as they continue on their careers. So while it can be a little discouraging or frustrating, take this as a learning experience and really watch this film.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Look at where you struggled and get better. It's all about perspective. You can always learn and get better, and it's about your outlook on the game.
3:58 left to go in this game. Rue. Agoo down low. Had the size advantage at Braylon Smith, but knocked out of bounds. Job by Lufkin just to stay strong. And Bollinger will inbound it. 70-20 the count. And three ball. Halfway down, rimmed out. Good rebound.
Good follow
by Ben Captain. Bollinger the three. No. Rebound Woodson. Tapped it to himself. Then stolen by Lufkin. Beautiful step. That was nicely done by Benji Lukens. And lost the handle. Let it go back to Norwell. 3:17 left. 70-22.
That's a good no call. From the bleacher's perspective, it may have looked like he got fouled, but he just lost his footing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see it from this angle. Here, Bollinger. Good look. Inside out. Another steal from Cameron Rue. Rue. He's close. He's close.
Couple more inches, almost.
Yeah, that's just a reminder that any in-game dunk for MVP events is worth 3 points. I don't see that happening this game, but always got to throw that out there.
Absolutely. That's going to be a foul. That will send Ben Captain to the line.
Ben Captain.
Don't forget, second game up will be Maple Creek against Blackhawk. Maple Creek, of course, feeding into Carroll High School, and Blackhawk, the feeder into Snyder High School. Can't get the second. Rebound.
Derek with the rebound.
To Derek. Cameron Rue. Woodson. And an and one. Landon Woodson.
Captain Woodson with the basket.
A big smile on his face. He's had a great game.
Again, he just always looks unfazed.
Yeah.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, he's a special player. There's no question. And his and one opportunity is good. Largest lead for Miami with 2.5 minutes left. Well, inside out, Captain had it cut off. Still battling, gets it back. Three. No good from Bolin. Rebound by Landon Woodson. Because why not? 2-10. Woodson. Took on four of the defenders that time for Norwell.
Yeah, again, he keeps his dribble low, just knows how to position his body, and he has great touch around the basket. I mean, he's all phases of the game.
Cameron Rue. Another steal and a score for Rue.
Well, you would think at this point maybe they get in some of the young subs.
Yeah. 145. Rue tried one. I like the effort. Put back from Derek. Wouldn't go. Jumper, no good.
Man, I'll tell you what, though. Norwell's had a lot of good looks. There's just been a lid on the basket tonight, but it's not as if they haven't at some points had good looks. And some nights you're going to have that where shots won't fall. Again, there's a lot of pieces on this Norwell team that you like, and they will continue to improve. So
yeah, only lost 4 or 5 games this whole year. This Miami is just a different animal. As that one swatted from behind by Derek.
Yeah,
you're not going to bounce.
There's not many teams in a greater area like Fort Wayne where you're going to see this level of depth and size. There's a few, but it's just there's only so many kids to go around.
Right. 3-ball Bollinger.
There you go.
3-point basket
Cruz
for
Bollinger with the 3.
Big time shot right there. Good to see that going for Norwell. Good no call.
32 seconds. Bollinger will bring it up. Maple Creek and Blackhawk Middle School up next. That's going to be a jump ball. They'll jump it at the free throw line.
Jump ball.
17 seconds left.
Well, looking at this, points-wise,
it's a tough call here for MVP.
Is it between Cameron and Landon?
I would think so. I mean, Cameron had about 10 steals.
Yeah.
But we'll see who Mitch gives it to. But the final, Miami wins it 83-26 over Norwell. An outstanding ball game by the Indians. They'll take on East Noble this coming Friday at 6:15, the first game of the doubleheader. And Miami with the win, they move on. I think they're going to give the MVP to Cameron Rue. I think he had about 15 steals. Yeah, we'll see who Mitch Sturm's going to give the MVP to.
And our MVP in tonight's first ball game goes to Cameron Rue.
Cameron Rue.
Congratulations.
Cameron Rue is your MVP of game number 1 of the evening. Game number 3 overall in this March Madness Middle School tournament. Congratulations, Cameron Rue, another MVP for the outstanding player in Cameron Rue. We'll see if Mitch is going to send Cameron up here, as we've had an opportunity to interview him as well. And a good game 1 in the books. Game 3 overall. Up next, we'll have Maple Creek, as I mentioned, taking on Blackhawk Middle School. And a good matchup coming up. They're the best players and squads around. And a great job by Cameron Rue. And will as they're going to get a team pick. As you see right there. Great job by Miami. Head coach Mark Hassel, assistant coach David Wright. And getting the big, big win tonight. And let's see if we can get Landon. Landon, you want
here? Why not? Yep, absolutely.
We're going to bring Landon Woodson up. As we've talked to Cameron Rue before, I like to give all the kids an opportunity as much as possible. And here comes Landon Woodson. Landon, first of all, outstanding game by you guys. You guys were living in the passing lanes throughout that whole ball game. Was that the goal coming in, was try to get transition easy buckets?
I mean, really all season that was our go-to.
Okay.
So I would really say that's just natural for us. So
okay, I like that.
Obviously, Cam Rue, he gets in the passing lane very easily, and every time he gets an easy bucket.
So you're just a seventh grader on this outstanding team. Looking back at the year, I know you guys fell short to Memorial Park there at Northside High School in the City Championship. But looking back at your seventh grade year and your undefeated regular season at Miami, what sticks out to you the most?
I feel like how many seventh graders we have on the team that's going to return, that's really the biggest thing. I feel like all of our seventh graders have improved, are going to improve, and have improved during the season. So I feel like that off season, when we come back, we're going to be really unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, the seventh grade, that's a great way to put it. You're coming back. You got a good group of seventh graders coming back. Obviously, it's hard to replace a player like Cameron Rue, but and some of the other players, but tremendous season this year. And speaking of your game, you have a lot of great things that we see out here watching you. You're very high IQ. It looks like you really love to drop assists around the floor. You're big smiling out there, having fun with the game. What would Landon Woodson say that his best part of the game right now as a seventh grader? What's the best part of your game?
Best part of my game, I like to get in the post a lot. Most of my points, AAU and school ball, have come from the paint and all the mid-range spots. So I feel like if I get the ball in the post, that'll be really easy for me, and I'll look for other teammates. And
then moving on to next year in eighth grade, over this summer, you said you play travel ball. Who do you play for?
Gym Rats.
Okay. Indy Heat Gym Rats is where Landon Woodson plays. What do you want to – is there one thing you're saying, this is what I got to do this summer to get ready for that eighth grade and then ultimately into that next level in high school?
Yeah, I'll obviously have to improve my game throughout the perimeter.
Okay.
And I'm working on that. But I got my game locked down in the post, and I feel like that's where I can get the most points at.
That's outstanding. Landon Woodson, not short of confidence, and keep up the great work. You're one of the most fun players to watch for me out on the floor, because it just looks like you're having one heck of a time each and every time you're playing. Keep it up, Landon. We'll look forward to seeing you the rest of your high school, eighth grade and into high school.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Landon.
Yep.
That's Landon Woodson. And there's Cameron Rue as well, the MVP double time is Cameron Rue. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. We'll get set for our second ball game, Blackhawk and Maple Creek.